Is there a part of you? I mean, you were a theater kid in high school, right?
Oh yeah, big time.
You studied musical theater in college, and the whole show, while yes, it's about a few theater kids, it's also about the outsiders and the kids that feel like outsiders. And a huge fan of the show that's in the audience just told me backstage that it's a show for outsiders. All her outsider friends who are teenagers love the show and talk about it all the time. Do you relate to it in that regard?
Yeah, hugely. I think that I think that I as an actor very much in certain ways feel like kind of an outsider because the sort of traditional notion when you think like actor, people tend to picture like 6 foot, strong jaw, beautifully coiffed hair, although my hair is nice today. But like, just like a really sort of like buff, traditional looking manly man. And the sort of characters that I play are not that kind of person. And so to get to be at the center of this piece that very much celebrates, bodies that are not what we're used to seeing on magazine covers and billboards, and sentiments and ideas and values that have not traditionally been trumpeted in American society. I think is like just immensely cool. It's the coolest thing ever.
Yeah, and I think that was definitely a sort of guiding principle of the show. Like when we first started writing it, it was like, oh, this is gonna be a musical that's about the people who the musical is not usually about. All of the main characters in Be More Chill are characters who in another musical would typically come on for a moment and then leave, and the show's about someone else. So this is the show that it's looking at those other human beings who I think are human beings who actually populate our world, even though they typically don't get musicals written about them.
Is that something that you related to as well about the book? Did you have a similar high school experience as some of the characters, with the exception of implanting a computer program into your brain to be cool?
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, I in high school I was like very quiet. I was a really quiet, nice guy. I was definitely not like the popular kid, and so I've always had the outsider thing. I've always felt like a bit of a misfit. I never like quite fit in, and so I think it's in most people who go into theater. I think as artists, like all of us, even if and it's so funny is like in musical theater there are like there's people who like are just like the most like gorgeous people you've ever seen in your whole life, and sometimes like they'll come to the show and they'll talk about like, oh my gosh, this reminded me of myself in high school, and my knee-jerk reaction is always like, no, it didn't. You don't know what it's like. You're too beautiful. You are too beautiful to feel the things that I felt.
Come on.
Yeah.
Track star.
That's right. No, exactly. But that's also like the point in the show, where it's like the idea is that everyone's going through stuff. It's even the people you don't think are going through stuff are indeed going through stuff. Yeah.